Hello, it's Louis Marcell, May 1st, 2019. This is my evaluation for music technology. Name of the group on performance is Mind Inmate. This was Louis Marcell, Felix Tomlow and Lucinda Hack. Okay, so basically we came up with the name of the performance as Mind Inmate. We took a vote on the Facebook chat that we created. It was a unanimous decision that Mind Inmate was the name of the performance. On first view of the performance, it seemed like there were things we wanted to do, and it basically became frustrating for us at the start of problems and routines and things getting in the way inside of Ableton. We wanted to work and rely heavily on one sound source, and it felt like there was so many time constraints against us. An example, the one being time. To achieve something completely cohesive, it became a problem, and at the time this was really an issue to us, that it was not complete rubbish or something someone had already done. So we was in agreement from the start that we would crush, drive, pound, push, sound, bend boundaries as much as possible and dive deep into ourselves and find solutions and drive ourselves forward, even if the problems meant ditching something we have started and having a great prospect, even pushing that into the past and not going with it. At the start, in example, we had a plasma pedal that Felix had for the bass, and it wasn't doing what we wanted, so we later ditched that and decided that we wouldn't use it because we couldn't get the pitch out of it that we wanted, or it was just overtaking everything else in the mix and we couldn't get where we wanted with it. Later we decided on a lo-fi pedal, and it packed more grit to it, but that later on we found that in combination with the microcorg had a great sound, but it packed in around Easter time, even though we put all the work into it. And actually in some of the videos you can see Felix using it to bit drive the microcorg with the power synth. Later on we decided that it started to get more and more complicated, the mix and the routings, so we decided that we would simplify some of the parts. Initially we had Liam in the group, and he had great ideas and he brought a lot to the table, but same as the equipment and other things that we were doing, we decided that if it wasn't helping us to go forward, we'd have to cut it loose. So Liam wasn't turning up, so we had to decide, and we voted that we would just go forward without him and continue with what we were working on. Later on we built quite a big idea, and I think Lucy came in and Kev came in on that day, and Kev did a recording of us laying it down. Sometimes it started to become a bit deflating how it was, but we had to prevail on, even though we had lots of bad news about the course and things like that. So I think some of the other people dropped out around that time, so it was difficult for us to get through with certain sounds because we initially wanted an MC. I think Lucy could see that we wanted some kind of vocals with what we were doing, and the sound actually got bigger, and it was full of these emotions and different structures and ideas that we had from the start. And in the end we quickly voted that it was good for Yannick and Lucy to be in the group. I think during the Easter break it was really difficult for Yannick and Lucy to make it in, and then it became difficult for me and Felix to get a booking as the other groups that wanted to use the rooms, like the DJ pods and the studios, and we all had a lot of outside issues that we had to take to. But in the end we found a performance that worked for everyone, and we decided to incorporate the vocoder on the normal microKORG and not the microKORG S, which was what Felix was using. She structured some great lyrics, and it seemed that she was going in a more MC-ic kind of rhythm with poetry idea, where she would kind of say words in cadences over the top of the vocoder patch, which we put together and saved in the microKORG. It was good because it didn't go over the top of the power sync, it actually added to it as a kind of wispy sound, and it added like a ghostly edge to it, which we all really thought was missing at that time. It was very loud though, and I feel that in future it would been better to have a longer time to sound check and have a sound technician that was there as part of the group. In an ideal situation there was no point in the equipment and things that we had without something that had 16 tracks or more. And this really, on the day that we chose, it was great to have the sun, and we all love the sun, but for this particular performance it would have been better in somewhere that was a bit darker, because then you could see the buttons and the lights, and maybe would have wore something or had lights that matched to what we were doing. Another thing is knowing the equipment that we were going to go on to. For instance, we used someone's laptop and it shut down, and the heat obviously as well that heated up the laptop caused the timer to turn the laptop off while we made performance, and I had to ask the engineer to come and help with that. This is my evaluation, Louis Marcell 2019. Thank you.